Welcome, my friends. We are studying mathematics for grade 6, and this is the first term number 1, and we still studying unit 6 data distributions, and this is lesson number 5 applications on data representation. Let's go. In this lesson, we will learn the difference between dot plot, box plot, and histogram. To know these properties of each one of them, okay, and the difference between them, and when I use represent data by dot plot or box plot or histogram, let's go to the first example. Okay, now we have example number 1. This example says that represent data, okay, represent this data by using dot plot, box plot, and histogram. Okay, what this data is? These data are the following data shows the salary of factory workers. We have some workers, okay, every worker he take some salary per hour, just in 1 hour, okay. There's some worker take 70 pound per hour, another one 80 pound per hour, and 70 pound per hour, and 60, and so on. Okay. First, I will use dot plot to solve this question. Now, start with minimum and go up to the maximum. Okay. Now I will draw this number line. Then I will start with 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, from the minimum to the maximum salary. Now, how many workers take 30 pound per hour? If you look to this data, you will find it just 1. So I will put just 1 point. Every point indicated of 1 worker. Okay, 40. If you look at here, you will find 40. How many 40 here? Just 2 40. Just mean 2 worker. How many 50 here? If you count this 50, will be 4 workers. So 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. If you looked for 60, you will find it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 5 workers. I will represent it by 5 points. Okay. And 70, you will find it 3 points or 3 workers. 80, just 180, just 1 worker. And 90, 2 workers. 100, if you looked here for 100, there is no 100. That means 0 worker, no worker. 110, no 110. 120, the same. 130, just 1 worker, take 130 pound per hour. Now we finished drawing dot plot. I think it's easy. But now what's the properties of dot plot? The first thing, I can define what's the minimum salary. 30 is clear. What is the maximum salary? 130 pound per hour, right? Okay. Also, this point called peak. Called what? Peak. What's peak? Peak is the top of anything. It's the top. Okay. Now, salary 60 has the maximum number of workers. Okay. How many workers? There's 5 workers get paid 60 pound per hour. Okay, this point called peak. It's the peak of all dot plot. Okay, it's called peak. I can't find the peak. Okay. Now I can find this space. It's empty space. This empty space called what? Called gap. Okay, it's empty space. I call it as gap. Now, but here this space is a group with no gap. There is no gap, so I called it cluster. So when I find a group of data without any gap, I called it what? Cluster. Okay. Also, I can note this point is alone at the end of the number line, so I can call this point as outlier. Also, about dot plot, you should know that I use this dot plot if I have individual data. What individual data? Individual data is that every worker get paid 30. How many one? Just one worker. How many worker get paid 90? 2 worker. How many worker get paid 50? 4 workers. This called individual data. So dot plot is the best way to represent what? Or to answer what? To represent individual data. So if I have some individual data, directly I will use what? I will use dot plot. But if you have to draw what now? Box plot. Let's try to solve this problem using box plot. Box plot, I have 5 summary number. Don't forget it. We have to find minimum, maximum, and median, and lower quartile, right? And also upper quartile, right? It's okay. Now what's minimum? Minimum 30. What is the maximum? 130. How to find the median? Now you need what? You need to arrange them firstly. Yes, arrange. Okay, I will start with what? I will start with 30. Then 40. We have 1, 2, 40. 40. Then we have 40. Okay. After that 50. How many 50? There is 450. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. And 60, we have 560. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 60, 70. How many 70? You will find that you have 1, 2, 3. 73. 1, 2, 3, 70. And 80, just 180. Okay. 90, we have 290. Also, we have last number is 130. Now, to find the median, let's delete one of each side. So, here. This with this, 40 with 90, 50 with 80, 50 with 70, 50 with 70, 50 with 70, 60 with 60, 60 with 60. So what's the mean? 60 is the mean. Okay, now go to lower quartile. Look here for this span. Okay, so this span. Okay, the same thing. Okay, this one with this one. Forget it. This one with this one. So one from left, one from right. One from right from here and one from left. Now, what's the lower quartile? It's 50. Go to upper, this span. Okay, leave one from left, one from right, one from left, another one from right, left, right, left, right. You find it what? 70. This is called 5 summary number. This is called 5 summary number. Now I can draw what? I can draw my box plot. How? Using what? Now first I need to write the numbers. The numbers start with 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, and last one 130. Now we have minimum 30 and maximum 130. But first, where is the mean? The mean or the median, sorry, the median is equal 60. So this here we have the median. And where is the lower quartile? 50. Here we have lower quartile. Where is the upper quartile? 70. We have here 70. Now, if I draw the first rectangle, so I have Q1 or Q2. Median is Q2, and I have Q1 lower quartile. And finally we have Q3 as upper quartile. Okay, also we have this point as maximum and the other point from here as minimum. So here we have minimum and we have here maximum. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. This is called what? 5 number summary. 5 number summary. Okay, now from this box plot, what can I know? I can know any minimum or maximum. It's easy, minimum and maximum. Okay, what else? Median, it's easy. Lower quartile, upper quartile. So any question about these 5 numbers, it's easy to answer. Okay, also what's no individual data? Note with me, no individual data. It's the opposite of what? It's the opposite of dot plot, because dot plot he show individual data, but box plot there is no individual data. So if he asks us about individual data, I don't use box plot. But if he asks us about median or lower quartile or upper quartile, minimum or maximum, it's easy to use box plot to answer this kind of question. Okay, now go to the last one. It's histogram. Let's go to histogram. Okay, to use histogram to show this data or to represent this data, we can remember histogram. How can I use histogram? We have this grid, okay, and we have some data. But before using histogram, I need to make what? Intervals. Look here, I started from 30 to 130. That's right. Now find what? Find range. The range maximum minus minimum equal 100. Now my range is 100. 100, I need to divide them to intervals. How many intervals? Maybe 5, 4, or 10 interval, as you like. As مثلا, I will use 5 intervals. 5 intervals. So every intervals will be what? 5 by what? Equal 100 by 20. So I will divide this 100 to 5 intervals. Each intervals 20 number. Okay. Now what are my intervals? I may start with 0. If you start with 0, go to 20. No, go to 19. And the next will be start with 20. Go to what? 20 plus 20 equals 40. No, 39. Okay, next one will be 40 to what? 59. From 60 to what? 79. From 80 to what? To 99. Okay, next one from 100 to what? 119. 120 to what? 139. Note with me here why I use from 0 to 19. If you count these numbers starting with 0, okay, you will have 20 number. Try it. Start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You find that you count 20 numbers. Okay, because you add 0. And it's important not to repeat any number. 19, the first, here we have 20, end 39, start 40, end 59, start 60, and so on. Okay, but we said we have 100, so we have 5 intervals, but here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 intervals. Note with me, you start with what? You start with 0 to 19. I don't have any 0 or 19. I start with 30. So the first data we have between 20 and 39. So this will be 0. 0 data. Okay. Also, then the final or the maximum number is 130. It's in between 120 and 139. Okay. Now, we need what? We need to find the frequency of each interval. We need to do the frequency. Don't forget this table. Okay, so we have here interval and here we have frequency. Okay, now what is the frequency between 0 and 19? There is no frequency. 0. We haven't any number between 0 and 19. Okay, between 20 and 39, I will start with what? With 30. Okay, 30, then 40. That's just one 30. Just one. Between 40 and 59, that means 40 and what? And 50. How many 40 and how many 50? 40, we have 240. 1 and 2. How many 50? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. So we have 6 numbers in between 40 and 59. Okay, 60 and 70. How many 60 we have? We have 5 60. Note with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have 5 60. How many 70? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 and 5. 3 and 5 equal 8. So the frequency here 8. 80 and 99. Just 80 and 90. How many 80? We have just 180. Where is it? Yes, 180. How many 90? We have 290. Where is 90? Look here, we have 190 here. Okay, and the other 90, yes, here. So we have 2 plus 1 equals 3. So we have 3 frequency for this interval. Okay, 100, 119. I will find 100 and 110. How many 100 here? There is no 100. How many 110 here? There is no 110. So this interval has frequency 0, like the first one, 0 and 0, no problem. The last interval, 120, 139. What's the number between 120 and 139? 120, there is no frequency for 120. 130, just 130, just one 130. And it's the maximum, so just one. Okay, now we make the table of frequency for every interval. Now what? Now we need to draw the x-axis first, okay, and what? And we need to draw y-axis, okay. So we have y-axis here and x-axis, but x-axis is the interval, not within. Remember, these intervals represent what? Represent the salary, right? So right here, salary. So this interval, this x-axis will be at the salary per hour, right? Okay, and y-axis about the number of workers. Okay, now I need to draw my intervals and draw my frequency. Start with salary per hour, the interval. I will start from 0 and 19. So from 0 and 19 I will put it to these two columns. The next one, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 interval. This is the first interval. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 interval. Okay, so the first one here from 0 to 19. Next one from 20 to 39. From 40 to 59. From 60 to 79. From 80 to 99. From 100 to 119. 120, 139. Okay, this is interval. Okay, now the frequency. The most frequency we have 8. I can start with what? With 1, 2, 3. Just we have 2, 4, 6, and last one we have 8. Okay, now I will draw my rectangles. So the first interval 0. So this interval 0. Okay, the next one from 20 to 39 we have just 1. So where is 1? 1 is here. So this interval will be just 1. Okay. Next interval 6. Where is 6? Here. We have interval here. Okay. Next one we have 8. I will go to 8. Okay, and close my rectangle. Next interval 3. Where is 3? It's here. We can do it. Okay, and we have 0. So this interval has no frequency. Last interval 1. Just 1. Like this. Okay. Now we finished representing data using what? Using histogram. Now, what is the important point about histogram? The important point about histogram, this is we draw intervals. It's important. The key word of histogram is interval. There is no individual. I can find out this point called what? The greatest frequency. Okay, no individual. So not with me, no individual data. Also no five number summary. What's 5 number summary? That's a median, lower quartile, upper quartile, or minimum or maximum. There is no anyone or any data of this data. Just I use it for intervals. use it for what? For intervals. And now we finished example number 1 by plotting, dot plot, box plot, and finally histogram. Now we have example number 2 and some question to check your understanding. Okay, let's go. Here we have example number 2. Example number 2, if we collected data on a statistical question. What is the weight in kilogram of sheep, okay, in a farm? We have some sheep in a farm and we have weight of each one of them. Now you graphed the collected data using what? Different data display as the following. Now you had some data and plot it as dot plot and box plot and what? And histogram as the first example, okay? And this is the results of your represent, okay? Now you have some question and find the answer of any one of them. So the first question is point A, which one of them is a dot or box or histogram? What can be used to find the question here? Okay, how many sheep, number of sheep, weight 25 kilogram or more, 25 or more, and less than 30. Less than 30, that's mean to 29. Start with 25 and more, but less than 30, that's mean between 25 and 29. Go back from 25 to 29. Go back here. 25, 29. Look here. 25, 29 is interval. Right? 25, 29. So I can use histogram to answer this question. Just histogram, or I can also find this number from here, from dot plot. Now from histogram, the answer will be 8, right? But from dot plot, 25 we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we have 26, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and 27 we have 1. If you add these numbers, 4 plus 3 plus 1, you will find it as 8. Now, for answering this question, I can use dot plot or histogram. So I can use histogram or what? Or dot plot. Okay, question B. Which display can be used to answer the following question? How many sheep? What? Weight 16 kilogram or more. Start from 16 and more, but less than what? Less than 21. Less than 21, it's 20. So between 60 and 20. Go to the graph. Between what? Between 16 and 20. Between 16 and 20. Between 16 and 20, look here. Between 16 and 20, no, I have here interval start from 15. So I cannot answer this question from histogram because this interval start from 15, not 16. Okay, so the only way to answer this question is using what? Dot plot. You need to use dot plot to answer this question. Question C. Which display can be used to find what? How many sheep at least of weight 30? At least of weight 30. At least, that's mean more than 30. 30 and more. 30 and more. Go to graph. What? We have 30. I can look here to histogram. Start from 30 and more. So start from 30. So this interval and this interval. Okay, so I can use histogram to find this number. Okay, but also I can use what? I can use dot plot from 30 and go up. Okay, now try to answer. This rectangle give me 5. This rectangle give me 2. It's 7. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The same number. So this question I can use histogram and dot plot. So histogram, okay, and already dot plot. Any one of this graph I can answer the question. Point D, which display makes it easier? Which one make it easier to see that the median of sheep is weight 21? What? It's median. Right? Median, of course, it's box plot. There is no graph using median but box plot. Okay? E, which display can be used to find the median? What? Median. Right? It's box plot. It's box plot. Okay, which display can be used to find the number of all sheep? Number of all sheep, I can find it by histogram and what? And dot plot. Okay, I can count the number of dots and I can add each column number. Okay, G, which display can be used to find the minimum weight? Minimum weight, look here, minimum weight, this is weights. Minimum weight is what? Here is 10. Minimum weight from here is 10. Okay, but minimum weight from here I don't know. So histogram, I don't know what's the minimum weight, but here we have the last point at 9. The last point here at 9, not 10. So dot plot or box plot, I can find the minimum. Okay? So to find the minimum, I can use what? I can use dot plot. Also, I can use box plot. Okay? Okay. Now, H. Which display can be used to find how many sheep exactly weight 26 kilogram? Look here. To find any exact number, is histogram suitable? No. Exact number, no histogram. Exact number, no box plot. Exact number, the only way is dot plot. To find any exact number, you need to use dot plot. Last question here. Which display can be used to find the most common? Interval. Direct, it's histogram. There is no interval even in histogram. Okay? Okay. We have also another question. Point 2. Write 2 questions. I need to write 2 questions that can only be answered using dot plot but not other of 2 display. That's me. I need 2 questions. Question number 1 and question number 2. Okay, but under condition that if I use dot plot, I can answer this question. If I use histogram or box plot, I cannot answer. Okay, so what's the question? Look with me. This question: how many sheep exactly? How many sheep exactly of weight? Any number of weight 12 kilogram. Now, if you need to find a number exactly, you just have to do with dot plot. Histogram will not help you. Box plot will not help you. Just dot plot. Question number 2. As how many sheep? Again, how many sheep? But this time, how many sheep of weight? Like 31 kilogram. 31 kilogram or more. And what? And less than 34 kilogram. Look with me. From 31 less than 34. That's mean I will start from 31 up to 33. Right? If you go to graph 33, 30, from 31, 33. Here from what? From 30, 34. And my question is from 31, 33. So histogram in this case cannot answer the question. And of course, boxy plot, no. The only way to answer this question is from dot plot, because this interval is just this is interval, but this interval is not by histogram, and this interval I can answer it by boxy plot. So these two questions, question number 1 and question number 2, the only way to answer them by what? By dot plot. Now we have the final question. Write two questions that can be answered using what? Boxy plot, and one cannot. What? I need two questions. Question 1, question number 2. The first question, if I need to answer it, I will use what? Boxy plot. To use boxy plot, I can ask what's the maximum weight? Yes. This question I can answer it by using boxy plot, because boxy plot showing what? Boxy plot showing the maximum and the minimum, so it's okay. Another question using not whole boxy plot, and one that cannot. I need some question I cannot answer it using boxy plot, like what? Like what? The number of all sheep. You need what? Number of all sheep. Look here. Number of all sheep. Can I answer this question from boxy plot? All sheep? No. But I can here from dot plot, I can count this point and find the number of sheep. I can add every column number 4 plus 7 plus 9, here plus 8, here plus 5, here plus 2, to find the total number of sheep. Now we reach to end of lesson number 5 of unit number 6. Our next video will be assessment of unit 6. I wish you good time and thank you.